Aquarius, someone you're dealing with ain't no fucking adult. This is not an adult. In fact, this is a very whiny ass tot. This is a whiny ass tot who I honestly genuinely believe this person thinks that they can play with you or mess with you or somehow get the runner up on you. It's like they think that they can know certain information about you and try to use that against you. You know what I mean? They know your situation. Hand to God, they know your situation. Like they know your past. They know your background. They know who you are. You've told them. You've opened up. You've been vulnerable with them, but they refuse to be vulnerable with you. And on top of that, the devil, I feel like they confuse your love for almost like, you know, you're trying to get what you want or trying to use them, and so instead they try to use you. It's like some weird tit for tat bullshit. Ten of Swords is like, you're sitting here like, oh well, I'm minding my business, it is what it is. Like, you know, I don't really care. If you want to act up, if you want to play, then I'm gonna go out and play too. If you want to keep sitting here and playing with my emotions and playing me like a fiddle or that checkers beat chess type shit, tit for tat, I don't do those type of relationships. I don't do no competition. I'm not the only one in your life, if I can't be comfortable in your life, then I don't want to be in it. If you're going to keep forcing shit down my throat and forcing me to choke down all of your pain and all of your sadness and your frustration and all the things that people have done to you in the past, then I'm just not even going to play a part in your future. I don't want it. You know what I mean? I don't want it. It's like not something I need and not something I want. So I'm going to make it a choice up here with my brain and say, I don't need it. You know, I don't want what you're offering me. I don't care what you're offering me. And in fact, cry those tears. Bitch and moan and cry about things that could have gone better or could have gone right. Because at the end of the day, you do need to learn that lesson. But it's just not a lesson you're going to learn with me or up against me or in competition with me. You're not going to learn those things along my side. Like, you're going to learn that with some other poor motherfucker who has to deal with your mouth and deal with your shit and deal with your craziness and deal with your bullshit emotions. Because your shit, you so defensive. You so chronic. Like, it's like a chronic itch or a rash. It's like you never stop showing up in places and doing the same shit, like where you're hurting people, you making people itch, you making people burn, you making people feel like annoyed with your genuine presence. You just have no worth. Like your sense of self is definitely reflected through the actions that you give into to people. And if you have a poor sense of self and you treat people like shit, more than likely they not gonna fuck with you. Right? It makes sense. You do the math in your head, you numbskull, 10 of Pentacles. You do the math in your fucking head, and it does make quite a lot of sense, right? It's just the games that are being played, they're child's games. It's like playing fucking Uno. Like, you sit there and playing Uno and you're 50 years old and shit. It's like there's nothing wrong with that when you around your family, when you goofing and gaffing and laughing and you're having good positive fun. But say someone is playing Uno with their children and all of a sudden turns around and starts arguing with their spouse. Or say you're playing a game with say you're watching a movie or something like that and they see something in the movie, they're that like sensitive where if they see something in the movie, they think you're doing it. It's like, what the fuck is your issue, dude? Pull the corn cob. Pull the corn cob. Like, you dumb. Like, you genuinely dumb in the head. Like, there is something, you got knocked, right? That's what I feel. Like, there's something where somebody got knocked in the head so hard. It's like, this might have been a long time ago. Maybe someone got knocked in the head, or that it's like something happened to them, whereas they can't like really believe you or focus on you. Like, they become blind to their own shit. It's like narcissism, right? But it's a different version of narcissism. It's not like outward. And I feel like that's why you've carried the situation on back and forth for so long. It's not an outward narcissism. It's like masked narcissism. And I don't necessarily know how to really put a label on that. I'm not no fucking professional, nor are you, so you shouldn't be judging the situation and saying, oh, this person's a narcissist. They have narcissistic qualities for sure, right? But we don't know what the fuck is going on with a mental. But that's the thing. It's not yours to deal with. And so this is why it's really important that you stand on that. Queen of Pentacles, you stand on motherfucking 10 toes and you waltz the fuck out. Like you ain't never ever seen or heard of this person. Like you ain't never known them before. You waltz the fuck out. Because you don't truly know who this person is. You don't truly know what type of time they are. You don't know what they're doing in the background. They're so unpredictable that you rather, like I said, stay in a predictable zone to where you're only making unpredictable choices for yourself. Where like if you want to go out and do you and play on your own time, right? Aquarius, you want to go out and work on your own time and get rich quick type shit and do all these other things that you've always dreamed of doing. Make that your life. Don't try to include the festering wounds in on it. Close them bitches up. Clean that bitch out and close that bitch up. Don't keep going back to be hurt and getting sand and fucking salt in your wounds over and over and over again. When you say I'm done, you are done. And that is a simple fact. There is no countering it. There's no counterfeit like obligation for you to have to try to sit there back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. All you got to do is, of course, sweat that shit out and let it go. Like, it ain't your problem no more. I'm sorry, like, the hustler mentality is something that Aquarius naturally carries with them. So when this person started showing these signs, the hustler in you, for some reason, didn't activate. And maybe it's because you didn't sense any danger with this person initially. It's almost as if you were groomed into believing that there wasn't anything to worry about when it came to this person. A false sense of security, a false sense of love, a false sense of comfortableness and vulnerability. It was false. It was built on false grounds because they made you believe something that was not real. They made you believe lies. And that's just as it is. And I think coming to the acceptance of that and not like counting on this individual anymore or not counting on this energy anymore, where you find these types of people that I feel like they're very traumatized. They're very stuck in like a zone of PTSD and they can't change their behavior. Like they refuse to break out of that type of like back and forth, like I said, counterfeit competition behavior. They refuse to break out of it. So what you need to do is refuse to be there to help them, because help cannot come from you. It has to come from them. Okay. And by you not breaking the cycle and breaking away, you are continuing your own pain in your own cycle and you're stuck in your own shit. Just like they are stuck in theirs, you get stuck in theirs too. You get dragged in, you get pulled in. And it's just this back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I feel like someone's bitching, moaning, and crying like a literal tot. Like sitting on the ground crying, like it's not going my way. Blah, blah, blah. Like, bitch, you are pathetic. Oh my God. Like, that is mental. And I hope you, Aquarius, I hope you know. That's a mental illness. That is some crazy shit, man. Like, that is some balls to the wall shit. That motherfucker needs to be taken out back and... Like, what is going on, Aquarius? Oh my God. It's like, this is where the humanitarian in you comes in and you're like, I want to protect, I want to save, I want somebody to come in and appreciate me for me, because I've never been appreciated in my life before for anything I have done. It's everything has always been chalked up to, well, you are your daddy's girl, or you are your mother's mirror, you are this way, you are that way. Well, you act like just like this person, always chalked up to be the same as what you came from, when in reality you so different from what you came from that even the people that you came from don't fuck with you and don't like you and don't love you and don't appreciate you in the way that you need to be appreciated, right? The black sheep. I could say you black and white because the chameleon effect. You like to try to blend in with people who aren't necessarily your style to learn from them. And when you do learn from them, even though it's always like kind of a painful thing to learn from people that you don't belong with, because at the end of the day, they will never fully accept you or, like I said, like you fully ever, really, not genuinely. Like, you have to pretend to be another person to be around them. It's like you do learn what you don't want. And that's like, if we just keep it that simple and that's what we write down, I am learning what I do not want in a connection or a relationship. I am cutting ties. I am snipping the fucking shit of the things and the people I don't want. Okay? I don't want to continue to be treated like this, so I will cut down the person who treats me like this. And I don't mean cut down by be petty and throw shit in their face and sit there and argue back and forth, because there's no sense of arguing, right? If you already know that they're a piece of shit, let it fly. If it ain't yours, if it's something that keeps denying and not feeling right to you, if it's someone that keeps distancing themselves, or like, you know, causing trouble, causing drama, causing trauma, like a fucking theater kid, is like, this bitch is nuts and foul, dude. Like, it's just some foul ass energy. It's creepy. It's weird. It's not normal. It's like, whatever this person views as normal is not normal. Like, what type of Eminem, like, you know, like Eminem and Kim is what I picked up on. What type of fucking Diddy, like, fucking, it's like the most fucked up people in the world. You know, somehow there's a mirror there, and I feel like this person needs to look in the mirror of all of those situations and see themselves somewhere. You know, whether they the professional victim or the professional predator, because there's a lot there where I just feel like it's taking way too long, Aquarius, for you to sit there and try to sort out this person's life or try to sort out other people. It's like, there's literally 3 undeniable reasons, at least 3 or 10 undeniable reasons on why you should have never stuck. And I feel like now that you just realizing this, it's like, oh my God, eureka moment. And you kind of feel a little bit disappointed in yourself, because you're sitting there like, ooh, like, I wasted that time. Oh my God, like, what did I do? It's like, what did I do? Like, damn, dude. Like, I really did that. Like, how the fuck? How did I put myself in this position? 8 of Cups. How did I not realize this sooner? And let me tell you something. King of Cups in the reverse. Because nobody trusted you. Nobody trusted your feelings and your emotions. This person even put you into... They question you. You know what I mean? They even question your authenticity so many times. They made you stop trusting yourself. They question your authenticity. Oh, did this really happen? Oh, do you really feel that way though? Oh, no, that didn't happen. That never happened. No. I don't know what you're talking about. No, just water under the bridge. No, it's not me. It's you. No, I don't think that was what happened. Oh, no, I never said that. That's not me. It's like, bitch, of course that was you. Of course that was you. Like, don't you, oh, you playing coy now, right? Because someone wants to call you out and say something, right? You don't want anyone to hear this conversation, right? You don't want anyone to believe that you are this person, right? But you that person. So do something about it. Otherwise, you're going to lose. And at the end of your life, which is a very lonely and cold one, you're going to be all alone, baby. You're going to be buried alone. You're going to die alone. And that's some sad shit. Not for Aquarius. Not for Aqua. Not for Aqua. Though Aqua does have a heart. Okay? There's human emotions there. It's like, once you become irrelevant to the cause and you become a lost cause, you lost forever. You lost for good. You lost in the you of course you somewhere in the filing cabinet, and compartmentalization comes up a lot for Aquarius, because that's how you guys organize your emotions and your feelings. You organize them in compartments, and so when you feel so much, like when you feel a lot within a very small amount of time, oftentimes what you do is you pick out one emotions to feel during that time. You pick out 1 or 2 emotions, like anger and disappointment, or you pick out sadness and frustration. It's like you pick out 2 and sometimes 1 emotion to base whatever you're going to say off of, and you can hit people real fucking deep. I'm not gonna lie to you. You can gut people, man. It's almost as if you have multiple... This is not like mental illness shit. This is just simply how it is. You have multiple people in your head telling you how to respond to one thing, and you choose one of what they say. You choose one quote. You choose one line. You know, when you've thought about how you can say something, you choose one line. And a lot of time, that line could either be super forgiving and super kind, or it can be very, very, very disrespectful and directly like foul. And I'm not saying that this person doesn't deserve that, because at the end of the day, there has been so much backward behavior and neglect on this person's part. And I know that you are a better person than this individual. And so that's why I'm saying, like, it doesn't really matter how you respond or how you choose to respond. Because at the end of the day, you already, by putting that wall in between you and that person, you already chose that that's not who you're going to be. You already said to this person, I am not comfortable with you. I am not going to be you. I'm not going to be next to you. I'm not going to support your behavior. You already chose that. And so because you chose that, there is no pressure there on your part to respond in a certain type of way. You can just respond and it's done. You know what I mean? You can just say this and it's done. And that's why I feel like King of Swords, this is why I feel like you've been sitting here anticipating, like, oh my God, like, how is this going to play out? Like, how is my life going to play out from now on? Or I'm no longer like stuck to something that I felt like I had to be stuck to. I'm no longer like trapped. And that's a really strange, and like, it's mind fuckery, because you've been told your whole entire life, or you're in this whole entire relationship, that you had to be there, that you had to be the one fixing and managing and coping for this person, and like living their life through for them, and parenting them and helping them and like teaching them. Like you felt like you had to be there, and now that you are feeling that you no longer have to be there, it's like, it's so strange, because there's still strong parts of you that want to take over again and take control and go back and rock-a-bye baby a bitch back to sleep. It's like you still want to do that. And it's going to be really hard if you're looking for a new relationship, or you're looking to rekindle things between you and family members, or you and friends, or whatever it is. I really want you to be aware of the give and take in y'all's relationship. Do not sit there in another relationship where you have to take care of somebody in order for them to acknowledge you the smallest amount, the minuscule amount. Do not sit there in a relationship where someone, you become someone's venting tool. You become their dartboard, where they will just sit there and take you down with them. They will drag you down to the fucking 9 layers of hell and drag you all the way through that. And you will be sitting there feeling terrible. You know, feeling terrible for them, feeling terrible about yourself, and that the fact that, oh my God, like, why am I the one that always ends up in these situations? Well, Aquarius, there is a tango here. There's two people here, and there's one that loves to use you, and you who loves to be used. And I'm sorry that that's the way that it's been shown to you, or even being told to you, because you're like, no bitch can use me. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But that's the way it's presenting. You are used to being used for free. No strings attached. You are used to it. You're comfortable with that, because that's where you grew from. That's where you come from. Is a position where you had to get used to being used in one way, not multiple ways. No, you weren't like, yes, multiple ways, but like, in a way, they just took advantage of your kindness. They took advantage of your kindness. They took advantage of your like sense of responsibility. They just did. Okay, they did. They took advantage of your power. They just did. Okay, and there's not, King of Pentacles, there is not really any other way to explain this but like, they were jealous of your power. They envied your power. And their relationship with you was built on, this looks like me. I'm not even playing with you. Like, when I see this, look what this nigga be wearing and look what I be wearing. Don't play with me. He's got that animal print and everything on. That shit. When I saw that, I was like, oh, it's like looking over here. Ooh. And then that means I'm spitting the motherfucking truth, Aquarius. So you better snap the fuck out of it. Because I'm saying now, you are a ticking time bomb. Okay, there's so much inside of you that I feel like has never been questioned or said, and you very possibly could take that to your grave, and nobody will know. Okay, you will sit there through everyone's pain and everyone's hurt, and you will hurt and feel the pain for them. But in no way is that healthy. In no way is that helping them. In no way is that helping you. And in no way is that showing love or compassion towards you. You might be showing love and compassion towards others, but there's no equal standing there. You're not standing on equal footing when you're sitting there in pain for others. It's like it's strange, right? Because you could be the one with like a gash or like an open wound or something like that. And you know, when somebody looks at it, it's like, oh, I know that had to hurt. Like that. Or they're sitting there like, and then they go on this rant where they're like, oh my God, like I remember when I got the same gas. Or I remember when I went down this field and that field and I took a fucking tumble and I got stabbed through the fucking arm and I fought off a bear and I did this and I did that. And you're sitting here with your gash bleeding full and open. Like you were about to pass out and shit. Like you sit there, literally got gunk and this and this and that. And you're sitting here and you're bleeding out. And these people will go on about themselves and not take you to, they won't take you to the hospital. No. They won't call you 911. They won't ask if you're okay. You know, they won't ask you if you're all right. But they will sit there and be like, I remember when, oh my God, you know what? Your wound, you know what? Your pain, your horrible trauma, and your horrible, you know what that reminds me of? I remember when I was a young tot, a young boy, a young warthog, and I ran into the wall and I smashed my face in, and my face, it was bleeding. It was bleeding. Oh my God. It's like, bitch, shut up. Who are you? Why does that matter? Why does your life matter so much? Why does your life matter more than mine? And Aquarius, that is the question that you're going to have to be answering. Okay? That is the question you're going to have to answer for yourself. Does this person's life matter more than yours? When you weigh out the odds in your head, and you're sacrificing and putting all of your everything on the line for this person, does their life truly weigh more than yours? And this isn't about the tit for tat or who had the most traumatic experience. This is about the kind of patience and love and devotion and discomfort and all of these things that, like, you truly, I'm gonna be real, you hate about this person. All the things that you hate about this person that you're taking out on a regular basis. And you're going on little assignments and working on it for them. They can't manage by themselves. Does this person's instability matter more than your stability? And that is the question that I feel like you need to answer. And you need to answer that shit right the fuck now. Now, I suggest grabbing a piece of paper, write that question down, and give a response. Because I truly believe you have all of the right, like, feelings and emotions for a parent. Like, you are a parent. Like, truth be told, you are a mother or a father. Or whatever the fuck you want to consider yourself. Like, maybe you like a surrogate parent or an auntie or uncle. But truthfully, you that's who you are. That's who you're being in these situations for these adults. For these people who are supposed to know better, even better than you. That's who you're choosing to be. And that's not who you need to be. That's not who you want to be. But you are that. Because they made you that. And now you need to remake yourself, recreate your image, and the person that you've always needed and wanted to be for yourself. Because the more that you need and want to be for them, the more that you take away from thyself. The more that you stay stuck, the more that you feel hidden. And eventually you're going to come to a point in your life where your life just straight up doesn't matter. like that depression in that deep dark corner that you've already been in a couple of different times in your life, it comes right back the fuck up again. And it takes away everything that you've built. So stop trying to hide and stop trying to act funny and stop trying to act like these situations are something you're going to have to deal with for the rest of your life, because that is not true. You don't have to do a motherfucking thing that anyone tells you to do. And that's where the rebellious Aquarius needs to come the fuck back out. Because I know that was something you had in your childhood, but now as an adult, I know you calmed down and you iron some things out, but I want you to bring that anger back, because that anger is going to be what manages this situation. This is going to be what decides the situation for you. You need to bring back that rebelliousness, because the more that these people watch you change and watch you rearrange yourself, the more angry that they will get. And it's angry because you're not changing on their time, you're changing on your own time. Okay. And that's what I'm saying, Aquarius. So saying I love y'all. I am an Aquarius. I'm a Western Aquarius. I also pride myself in being on that cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius. Both of y'all share a lot of those emotional traumas and pains. It's just the structure and how y'all deal with it. The process in which y'all deal is not the same. I think you need to take a page out of Capricorn's book. If someone, weigh out the odds. Like I said, it's pros and cons in this bitch, baby. Weigh out the odds. If somebody, majority of the time, does not have their shit together, but 25% of the time, maybe they do, that's not useful or helpful to you at all. You need someone who 100% of the time, or at least 90% of the time, has their shit together. And if they only can take that 25% and be that 25%, they're useless. They are useless to you. They are doing nothing but slowing you down. They are doing nothing but weighing you down, but drowning you with them. They drown you in debt, or they drown you in their sorrows. Okay? They drown you in their guilt. They drown you in every emotion that they have. They drown you. And you won't resurface until you take that fucking shackle off. That's a shackle. Get rid of the shackle so you can start living free. That's what you need to take out of the devil's book, the Capricorn's book. Okay? Now, when I mean the devil, I'm talking about the card, my love. Take that coldness. Take that coldness. Worship that coldness, because that same coldness is going to be what builds you boundaries against people who try to hurt you like this and use you like this. Okay? It'll also help you protect the ones that you love. Okay? All right. I love you.